Hey there! Today we're going to be doing lesson 2.10, classifying triangles. Sounds like we're spies or something. So, if you haven't quite figured out, in this lesson we're going to focus on classifying triangles by their angles. I didn't quite mention that part, did I? So what I'm going to do is I am going to show you some pictures of some triangles, and we're going to talk about what kind of triangle it is and why. And usually that's going to be based on what kind of angles does that triangle have. So let's take a look at the first triangle here. It looks like I've got another triangle trying to appear. Okay, so if you take a look at this triangle, I actually have the measurements of the angles typed in here so that you can actually see. So if you looked at this angle right here, you can see that it's pretty small. That actually measures 25 degrees if you use a protractor. And then we have this angle here, which actually measures 120 degrees. And then we have another angle here, so from here to here would be my angle, that measures 35 degrees. Now, because this triangle has one angle that is bigger than 90 degrees, we call it obtuse. So this is an obtuse triangle. Why is it an obtuse? Because it has at least one obtuse angle. Okay? So again, that bottom angle, the 120 degrees, is my obtuse angle for this particular triangle. Alright, so let's take that. We're going to move some stuff around here. I'm going to get that out of the way. Hopefully we're going to move this out of the way. Alright, so this is another triangle, but it doesn't have any measurements on it. Now remember, if I have a straight edge and I were able to use this bottom line segment here, and I drew a straight line up from this vertex going straight up, that would be a 90-degree angle. But as you can see when I do that, this angle is larger than 90 degrees. So that makes this another obtuse triangle. Okay, so that is also an obtuse triangle. So let's get rid of that one. We're going to bring another one up. Okay, what about this triangle? You can again see measurements here. This angle here is 35 degrees from here to here. This angle on this side is 65 degrees. And this angle is actually 80 degrees. So if we were thinking about what kind of angles do we have, the 35 degree is an acute, the 65 is acute, and the 80 is acute. So what kind of triangle do you think this might be? Hopefully you're thinking, it's so cute, right? It's an acute triangle. So that's what we would name that particular triangle. So far we have obtuse and we have acute. So let's take a look at another here. Now again, if we look at our angles, this angle here is 60 degrees from this side to this side. This angle is 50 degrees, and this angle is 70 degrees. So again, I have all acute angles. So what kind is this one? Acute triangle, right? Acute triangle. I wonder if it would have acute babies. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so let's take, and we're going to just move some stuff around here, if I can get things to cooperate. which it's not wanting to. Alright, so let's look here. Now, hopefully looking at these three triangles, something is giving you a clue as to what kind of triangle they might be. And hopefully that clue is smacking you in the face right now, because notice this little square that I have in all three of these triangles. What does that square tell you? This forms an L, whether it's upside down, sideways, backwards, whatever. If it forms any kind of L and it measures 90 degrees, then that means that I have a right angle. And the fact that I have a right angle tells me that I have a right triangle. Okay, all three of those are right triangles. So when we look at what kinds of triangles do we have, how are we going to label them, how are we going to know what they are? Well, it's all going to be determined by the type of angles that they have. So I could have a right angle, a right triangle, I could have acute triangle, or I could have obtuse triangle. So those are your three types of triangles that we'll be focusing on in this lesson. So in class we will maybe do some stuff if I can get my screen to cooperate. There we go. We will use the fact that triangles have certain properties that help us identify them. So we'll be looking at vertices, number of sides, types of angles. We will be using the fact that triangles can be identified by those types of angles that they have. So learning how to do that. And get this to cooperate. Use the fact that there are three types of triangles, right, obtuse, or acute, and be able to identify those as such. Good job, guys. See you in class.